Folks, let me ask you a question. What team is the only team in the NBA to not make any free agent signings? Kuminga, Bazinga, the Warriors. All because of Kuminga's situation. And we've been reporting on it a lot. It's become a bit of a dead period, 4 days since our last video. We want to make sure we're giving you relevant, timely information. And new news broke today on the Warriors' offer to Kuminga and his rejection of it. What is that deal? We're going to break it down for you right now. And then based off that offer, we're going to look at other players who make the same amount of money, compare stats to see if that's a good offer or bad offer. Please like, subscribe to Warriors Digest so you don't miss any news daily when it comes. Obviously, it's the quiet period. Summer League is over. Some free agent stuff, trading may be happening here and there. But really now it's just the dog days of summer until we get to training camp. But for the Warriors, they're in the thick of a contract battle negotiation. We haven't seen something like this in a while. And it's Kuminga, folks, again. Word is the Warriors' best offer to Kuminga per Marc Stein, 2 years, $40 million range. So that's $20 million per year. That's what we're going to go with the average value of the contract, ACV, average contract value. Still looking for sign and trade opportunities with the Kings and Phoenix. We broke that down a bunch. Potential plays. If Kuminga goes to the Kings, they probably let DeMar DeRozan go. Who do we get back? I would love to get Keegan Murray. I don't think they're giving him up. Malik Monk gives you some shooting, but it sounds like he's not part of it. It'd be the backup point guard and maybe some draft picks. Suns don't have any first-round picks to offer. The Warriors want at least a first-round pick back in the sign and trade. Why? Maybe they think he's got that potential, but of course they drafted him in the first round when he was picked and he's an NBA champion. So folks, his stats this season, again, he had the ankle injury, which kept him out for basically most of the winter, like December to February. Maybe a little bit longer. No, yeah, something like that. But, he was out. You can see here he missed like 30-ish games. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. So based on that, we're going average contract, $20 million per year. So let's look at this. I'm going to take my camera off, probably. Yeah, I'm blocking it. So let's take the camera off for a second. Who is making $20 million per year? First off, so let's look at the value. So you see year's value and average annual value right there. That's what we want. So we go down. $20 million per year. Jarrett Allen, center with Cleveland. Lonzo Ball with Cleveland now was with Chicago, the Bulls. Josh Hart, shooting guard, the Knicks. Alex Caruso, 2-time NBA champion, OKC. Dylan Brooks just traded from Houston to Phoenix, $21 million. Aaron Gordon, Denver, $21 million. And then Kyle Kuzma, $22 million. DeAndre Hunter, $22 million. Mikal Bridges, $22 million. So that's the range we're looking at. So let's look at the stats. Again, Kuminga's stats collectively, and we want to look at year 4 because that's what we're going. Now we're going to year 5. So through 4 years, Kuminga's averaged 12.5 points, 4 rebounds, started 84 games, 22 minutes a game. You look at his efficiency, 1.3 scoring, shooting, 0.55, not good. So Lonzo Ball, we know had some injury issues. If we look at his stats, again, just to go back to Kuminga. So 12.5 points in his first 4 years. You look at Lonzo Ball, different position, point guard, was basically around 12 points. Below 12 a little bit, above 12 right here. So maybe closer to like 11. You look at Kuminga's assists. Now this is where Lonzo should beat him as a point guard. Assists per game, 1.8. Rebounds per game, 4. Assists per game was around 6, and rebounds per game was around 6. So more of an all-around player in that sense. You look at his shooting. He's shooting 50% from the field, 33% from 3. Lonzo was shooting pretty bad from 3 to start, then really increased it. So we'll call this like a 34, 35%. And then field goal was not where Kuminga is. We know Kuminga gets to the bucket much more. If you look at Lonzo Ball, his 4th-year contract. And again, like, subscribe, comment to this stuff, folks. Let me know if you like this type of stuff. If you look at his contract, career earnings, total cash, $6 million, $7 million, $8 million, $11 million. Then year 4 jumped up to 18, 19, 20. So a little bit below what Kuminga wants, or they offered Kuminga at $20 million per year. His stats probably all around a bit better, but kind of the same range. So I would say this is a net even. Comment your thoughts if you agree. Now, let's do the same thing for Josh Hart. Let me get that ready to go. So you look at Josh Hart, more of the same type of position. Oops, I clicked the wrong button. 1 second. Stats. So if we look at, again, Kuminga, 12.5 points through 4 years. Josh Hart, Lakers for 2, New Orleans for 2, was below 10 points. So Kuminga has him on the points. You look at assists and rebounds, 1.8, 4.0. Josh Hart, closer to, after his 3rd and 4th year, doing much better. Probably closer to 6. Assist, very similar there, probably like a 1.5. Field goal percentage, 42, 43%. 3-point, probably close to the 35 with an outlier his first year. When you look at Kuminga again, 50% and 33%. So you look at Josh Hart's career earnings. His year 4, $7 million, $4 million, $4 million, $8 million, $12 million, and now starting to get paid $18 million range in his 8th year-ish. So Kuminga, I would say, is above Josh Hart in terms of what he's done for the team. More valuable to the Warriors and what he's done. I'm not saying he could be better, but he's done more for the Warriors and earns a bigger contract. Is it $20 million? I don't know. But I would say he deserves a bigger contract going into year 4 than $7 million based off of his production. Now that takes you to Alex Caruso. Just gear this up. So you look at Alex Caruso. Again, we know he started on the bench as a Laker, G League player, and then worked his way up to becoming a very fantastic role player, spot starter. His points are going to be way below Kuminga. His rebounds are way below Kuminga. His field goal percentage is below Kuminga's. His 3-point percentage bounces all the way around, but it's probably even to Kuminga. So you look at Caruso, year 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, $8.5 million from the Bulls. Now, as he enters year 8, he's getting $18, $19, $20 million, like Josh Hart. Veteran, earned himself in the league, potential, growth. Okay, getting money. So is this more of the trajectory Kuminga should get? Again, Kuminga has more production than them, but is he closer to the $10, $11 million range per year versus 20 in year 4? You're seeing 2 players, veterans, haven't had the same status on the team. Okay. What about Kyle Kuzma? Kuzma was big on the Lakers, and then obviously got traded away. That's, I mean, he walked away. He signed free agency with Washington. Was it a sign or a trade? He signed with Washington. Yeah, he got bagged. So Kuzma came in right away out of Stanford, if I remember correctly. Is that right? Stanford? Utah, excuse me. And Pac-12 school, former Pac-12s. Did really well. Started a lot of games his first year and then became a solid starter his second year. Kind of fell off back half of the Lakers. But he's averaging close to 13, 14 points a game. He's averaging, let's just call it 2 assists. Rebounds around 5. Threes, 33%. And field goal percentage low 40s. So in some areas better than Kuminga. Other areas lower. If you look at Kuzma's contract, $13 million a year. His 4th year. left to go to the Wizards, 13, and then boom, massive jump, 25 million. Now he's making mid-20s. So I think this is similar to Kuminga's starter, big role, fell out, things of that nature. Probably closer for Kuminga, 13 to 15 million, what Kuzma got. And the last person to show, Jarrett Allen. We go back to Jarrett Allen. Different position, plays center, started in Brooklyn, moved to Cleveland, but was more of a slow roller and really has picked it up in Cleveland, averaging, we'll call it, almost 11 points a game, maybe a little bit below in the 10.5 range. Field goal percentage, high 50s, low 60s. 3-point, it's not there. That's not his game. Rebounding, 7 a game. Assist, we'll call it 1.5 a game. So good production, solid player, and then went to Cleveland and got more money. He went to Cleveland because he got traded. But where's your He's not earning $20 million a year until 1, 2, 3, 4, year 5. So kind of where Kuminga is, $20 million a year. And they have similar production. Allen is a focal point of Cleveland. Earn the money, make some money. However, Kuminga will not be the focal point of the Warriors on this contract. We know that Steph, Dre, and Butler. So the question is he worth that type of money? Probably not. When you look at some people making that money now, obviously salary caps change over time, and there's more money to be given out, things of that nature. So plays a part, but helping you get an idea and come together to make your own conclusion. So like, comment, subscribe what you think, and of course, anything that comes out, we'll keep you updated.